Hey everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you a bit about how to travel with your makeup kit. If you're a makeup artist, there is a lot of makeup that we typically have to bring, and flying can be difficult if you have certain liquids over a certain size and you just want to keep intact all of your powders and your expensive equipment. So today I'm going to dive into how I'm packing for my trip. I'm flying from Hawaii all the way to Boston. It's about an 11-hour flight, and thankfully I found a flight that was a direct flight, so I don't have to worry about any layovers and my bags getting lost or anything like that. Typically I never check a bag, and now that I'm flying more for makeup, I'm learning how to be okay with it, and also how to pack things safely so that nothing gets broken along the way. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So I'm using this bag that I got from, I think I got it at like Target or something like that. It's very inexpensive. So I'm using this to pack most of my clothes in with my makeup, and the reason I'm trying to fit everything into one case is so that I can use my clothes as padding for all of my makeup stuff. And so yeah, I'm gonna have one check bag, and then I'll do a carry-on that'll just be like my computer and any equipment that might be fragile, like my airbrush that I have right here. So if you have any equipment like this, it's supposed to be travel friendly, so I would probably just bring this in my carry-on and just have it in like a padded little pouch so that I can keep track of it and it doesn't get lost or broken along the way, because it's pretty fragile. This is the Temp 2 AirPod Pro. It does come with little capsules of foundations, which I'll have in my larger suitcase for my check bag. So first thing is you want to get yourself a brush bag or a brush case that is padded and also is pretty compact. These are pretty much all the brushes I use for my clients. I have separate brushes for myself. All the makeup I'll bring for myself is going to just fit in my carry-on, and I don't usually bring that much for myself anyways, so this I can put in a link down below for any of you guys that are interested in a case like this for your brushes. So next thing, I have these Zuka bags, and this came with my Zuka rolling travel case, which I'm actually not bringing because it's a carry-on size, but I have so much stuff that I have to bring and a lot of liquids that I don't want to worry about fitting into like a quart-size bag for checking through security. So I'm just gonna ditch that and go with the bigger suitcase, and hopefully everything arrives in one piece and actually arrives in the first place, doesn't get lost. But I tried to pair up the bags accordingly. So I have my powder, my face products all in this one bag, and anything that could potentially open and get super messy I put in these Ziploc bags. All of my loose glitters are in here. I'm traveling for a wedding. It's not going to be that crazy. Usually the makeup is pretty much straightforward, so I don't have any like editorial stuff that I have to worry about bringing extra things for. Yeah, so it packs in, like, it's not the neatest way of packing. It doesn't have like separating compartments to keep everything steady, so that's why I'm trying to kind of fill these to the max so that things aren't rolling around as much. And then when I pack these bags in, I'm gonna pack them in with my clothes layered in between so it can kind of act as an extra cushion. I have, for my next bag, I just put all my lip products together, and I have my liquid lips and lip liners in this bag, and then I depotted some lipsticks in one of these cases, which I can link down below. This is really useful if you don't want to have a ton of different lipsticks rolling around in your case. And I also just have palettes that I bought already, like so. Those usually always travel pretty well for me. And again, like, just trying to pack in as much as you can for one bag. Kind how many bags do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 of these bags, and this is probably more than what I'm going to need to travel with. But I just like to be sure that I have everything. Next, I was a little bit concerned about this, but I'm going to see how it works. I put all of my eyeshadow cases in this bag, and I put the most padded and most well packaged eyeshadows at the bottom as like padding, and then another well packaged product on the top. This Morphe palette is so flimsy and plasticky, I'm kind of concerned it would break, but if it's more sandwiched in between some things, I think it'll be harder for them to break it if it's thrown around. So for me, I'm traveling back to my hometown, and thankfully I have extra makeup there in case something goes wrong. I have my parents' house there where I have another makeup kit. But if you are traveling to a destination where you have no resources, or it's like an immediate makeup job that you have to do once you arrive, I would recommend definitely putting some of your most important items, like a eyeshadow palette, like a couple eyeliners, lip pencils, just fit whatever you can into a quart-sized bag, or like with one of these sandwich bags for your carry-on. You don't need any powders or anything like that in this, but the liquids need to go in one of these bags if you're bringing on your carry-on. So definitely recommend having backup products put in your carry-on just in case your luggage doesn't arrive, or something breaks, or it gets lost, just as a backup. And I kind of specifically place products in with my bag so that there's extra cushioning. Like I put these makeup wipes in with my eyeshadows, so hopefully it'll act more like protectant to prevent damaged goods. My next bag I have is just my eye products. These little bags are super helpful for when you're trying to stay organized but also have extra protection. Just a Sephora bag, and I have all my eyeliners and mascaras and very eye-specific products in this bag, and then just like a few lashes that I could use to apply, along with this tiny little case that has safety pins, hair clips, lash glue, and little scissors, which I think these are safe to bring on with your carry-on, but I don't really have the need to do that. I can just put everything in here and then just throw it in my check bag. Super important, remember to go over your checklist before you pack everything, just to make sure you're not missing anything. Alright, and with those, that fits really nice and tightly in this bag, so nothing's really moving around. Cool thing about this too, I didn't follow this at all, clearly, but when I first got this kit, these individual bags that came with it, they have a way that you can label all your stuff, so if you want to be super organized and stay organized, unlike me, I do not, you can label your stuff and know exactly what you're pulling out from your kit. Lastly, this is the most difficult bag that I've had to pack. It is all the skincare, hygiene products that I have. This one. Okay, so this contains all my skincare, all my like cream-based skincare, as well as my foundation pods for the Temp 2 airbrush. And the reason why this has really been useful for my traveling is because the foundation capsules are so small, they're about this small, that all the colors can fit in this one little bag. So if I have a range of clients' skin tones, I don't have to worry about bringing a ton of bottles or deep potting a bunch of foundations, because I actually deep potted some foundations before and they got messed up with the temperature of the transportation I was in, whether it was a car or plane, and it actually got really messy inside the case, which was really awful because the case was not secure enough and the foundations all mixed together. It was literally my worst nightmare. Thankfully I had backup plans for that, but if you don't, then that's terrifying. And then I also have primers and color correctors, and then some hair clips in here too to hold back clients' hair while I'm doing their makeup. Then I strongly recommend putting your extra liquids like setting sprays, brush cleaner, all that stuff in a big Ziploc bag just in case. Just in case anything spills, leaks, breaks, whatever, it will be safe in this bag and won't get everywhere. And then to add some extra padding, I have some face masks in here, some eye masks, and then I just kind of tuck in this in between and then add the extra bag on top for security and extra padding as well. So I'm going to pack my bag and then I'll show you guys exactly how the bag looks once it's fully packed with my clothes as well. And hopefully that will help you guys with your packing for makeup travels on an airplane. Alright, we are back. Okay, so the bag is packed. Nothing's moving around because I tightened those straps up as tight as they go. Sometimes you gotta just like throw it and see if it'll move around, because I mean that's how they do it, right? They just throw it into the plane and then that's it. Like, it doesn't matter what's inside there. You can put fragile stickers on this if you want. It might help. I'm not really sure. This suitcase is too big for me. I brought this with me when I moved to Hawaii, so clearly I had a lot more to bring. And now that I'm going home for a makeup gig, I'm like going home to my other half of my wardrobe at my parents' house, and I don't really need to bring that much. I tried to layer some clothes in there and some shoes, and when I ran out of things to bring, I put like a bath towel in there just to protect the layers of makeup products that I have. So yeah, I think this should work out. If it doesn't, I'll let you guys know, but hopefully this would be the way to go. I'd recommend probably getting a smaller, or using a smaller suitcase if you can't fill it all the way up to the brim, but because that'll keep it more secure in there. But hopefully these straps hold up. Now that's all that's left to do, is to fly and do the makeup. Hopefully you guys were able to utilize this video for yourselves, and I noticed that there wasn't a lot of these types of videos out there of how to travel with a makeup kit, and a lot of people do bring it as a carry-on, so hopefully this will kind of show you the other side of things, that you can use it as a check bag, because it's definitely a lot easier than bringing a carry-on full of stuff. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and keep your eyes out for next week's video. Thank you.